Here we got Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul in November, I guess. This weekend is Powhatan, though. I don't know who else is on the fight card there. I think Stephen Wonderboy Thomas is fighting. I don't know who the second one is. I'll be pulling that up this week here and watching some of the embedded. He's one of the, you know, Powhatan Pereira, he's one of the superstars in the UFC now. He's getting a, you know, he doesn't have the draw, I don't think, of the O'Malley's or the McGregors yet, but well, the O'Malley had a big draw, but he got his ass kicked. So I don't know what he's, you know, what his next move is going to be. You know, he fights Dushabili 10 times, he loses 10 times. Morning. He just doesn't have the answer for that. He's too skinny for that mauling takedown type shit, you know what I'm saying? Another disgruntled fighter, O'Malley, you know, saying he won the fight, won 3 rounds, saying he was injured. If that ain't a bunch of bullshit. You know, there's a nice little walking trail over there, but it looks like it's a gated. But the gate was ajar. I should go take a look at it. Walking trail, bike trail, come on. It's not like a park. A long, narrow park. I should go take a look at it. It's certainly for this gated community, or I mean this community, not gated community. How about that, guys? I'm out of the Turo business. I don't rent cars anymore. I mean, I've got my Tesla on there, I've got my Jeep on there, but they're unlisted right now because they're unlisted. Yeah, it's good to see this gent here uses his boat. Usually he's been there and gone a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. Usually people with boats, like this one's been sitting here for the last month, no one's used it. Sitting in the same spot. You follow me? Same with that one. People buy them, they don't use them very often. Once or twice in the summer, boom, if that. I'm telling you, dudes. Just like these guys, people that buy these RVs, use them once or twice, done. The first year to get them, they use it maybe 4 times, and then once or twice a year, if that. Sit around in their driveway just collecting dust. Powhatan fights. You know, I don't know who else is on that card. Like I said, Stephen Thompson, I think he's on it. He's fighting, they got him fighting in the prelims. He's a little upset about that. But I don't know who else is fighting in there. I'm gonna think about that for a second. chicane. Chicane with a bridge and a 90-degree left turn. Morning. Another bridge. There's a there's an Albertsons up on this end of town, and they get top flight produce. They're catering to the hillside here, the people on the hillside, so it's a very, very top and Albertsons supermarket. They get the best produce, the best this, the best that. So if you want to shop at a very top end Albertsons, shop at one that's near a very high-end rent district like the Dragon's Ridge and the McDonald's Ranch. You shop at those Albertsons, you get quality, high quality food. Does that make sense, gentlemen? Yeah, it's very warm out-ish. Jinx myself, but it's such a pleasure riding through an area where there's this entire ride, no broken glass. Now watch it, wait, come across some broken glass or something. You know, I swear to God, if I ran across an area that had glass, I think I would start carrying a broom and a dustpan and clean it up. At least a broom, huh? Sweep it out of your way into the rocks or whatever. I would seriously consider going it. Check that out, I got a light change. careful here. Got people going to work, coming out of their apartment complex, flying like bullets. Or these side streets, guaranteed. We got a couple of bites on us from the no-see-ums, the Asian tiger mosquito. I guess I should quit fucking around and keep an eye on my mirror. You definitely got to start paying attention. I'll tell you what, guys, the more you ride the bicycle, the more lackadaisical you get, and the more susceptible you are to getting in trouble. You become lackadaisical. You assume that the car sees you. You start to assume things, and you really shouldn't do that. You become lackadaisical. Well, I can guarantee you one thing, guys. We won't be going by the Chapman dealer. I think we beat that dead horse dead. Plus, I've already got a Jeep. Can you believe that shit? We've been looking at that Jeep. I told you there's only a 1% chance of me buying a Jeep this year. And voila, here she is. She came, the perfect storm came together. $65,000 for my trade, $5,000 off on the Jeep. Worked out essentially a $97,000 sale price, plus tax. Everybody's got to pay tax. Everybody's got to pay there used to be a bad dip in the sidewalk here. They fixed it. Everybody's got to pay sales tax. Everybody's got to pay documentation fees. You got to, everybody has to pay etching fees, I guess, is what they told me. I got to find out exactly what is etched on that vehicle. That's interesting. They etched the VIN or something inside into the glass or something. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but I'm gonna look into it. They had a bunch of other shit on there too that they try to charge it for. It's a bunch of bullshit. I guess the tires are nitrogen filled. There's a protection package, sun protection package on it. That means that they drove it through the car wash that sprays the, I get that every time I go through my car wash. They charge, I don't know, fucking some ridiculous $500 for that. I told them, take all that shit off. I don't want any of that. And they did. It was a good deal. You know, I'm happy with the deal. Morning. I asked these guys if they wanted to race. I asked those dudes on the pedal bikes if they wanted to race. You want to race? Naturally, right after I said it, I'm just kidding. I don't want to have any ill will, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to... Oh, here we've got some crossroads here, gentlemen. Now, like I said, we're certainly not going to go by the dealer anymore. We've pretty much beat that horse dead. Oh yeah, the Riva's tacos for 99 cents. They are so fucking tiny. Little bit of chicken in them, even less cheese. I mean, just tiny little. I mean, it's the same size taco shell, no doubt about that. But they put just a little tiny bit of fucking lettuce, little tiny bit of cheese on it, a little stinky tiny bit of chicken, and the same size tortilla. So we won't be going there again. I'll pay my $1.60 for the ones at Roberto's. I used to have an OG, old guy, that worked at Roberto's. He still does. He just works a shift that I don't go anymore. He works at midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever the fuck it is. But this dude, man, he used to make me some huge motherfucking chicken tacos. And then, of course, I used to tip him. I used to tip him good. That's why he used to do it for me. And they were fucking huge. Cheese, lettuce. I used to tell the dude, I said, hey, what the fuck you trying to do? Give me a fucking heart attack? I saluted him. Jackrabbit, look at you. That motherfucker ducked underneath that fence like a prostitute. Wow. That's a perfect escape viaduct to get away from say a coyote. That motherfucker can go underneath that fence so quick, that coyote will have trouble getting underneath it that quick. Gone, rabbit. Got you again, coyote. I suppose we'll go through the park this way, but there's probably a gazillion people in it. It's okay. We're only going through it partially. Not only that, there's a lot of no-see-ums there. Those little Asian tiger mosquitoes. Little tiny things, black. And And when they bite you, it's itchy.